Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some more Vintage for probably my last Vintage stream for a good while. I don't think I'm going to do one next week, like right before Eternal Weekend, because obviously testing for Legacy is a little bit more priority. And then after that, there's like no real reason for me to stream Vintage other than for memes. If people want to see it, someone like donates for me to do some nonsense in Vintage, I'll come back to it. But as it sits right now, this is one of my last interactions with the format until I actually play it in Eternal Weekend, and God knows how that one's gonna break. So I'm playing something close. Like, this is the exact same 75 I played last time I streamed this deck. I'm not really sure what I want because I'm not familiar enough with the format, and I'm not even familiar enough with the deck to decide on some of the things that I want to break certain matchups. I think there's a hollow survival of the fittest hollow one Vengevine deck that's kind of breaking out in Vintage right now, but I have yet to play against it. A and B, I think that matchup is like pretty terrible, and I don't think there's a lot I can do sideboard wise to try to contain it other than just like, oh, I'll board in Plows and Containment Priests, and then probably Rest in Peace still, maybe not even Rest in Peace. It does hit Vengevine, but I don't know how much the rest of the deck lies in the graveyard. But anyway, the one thing I kind of wanted to change up a little bit is trying to slant my sideboard a little bit more towards fighting the blue-white or the blue-red-X control decks. Typically blue-red or blue-white-red for like Mentor, maybe some Plows, some sideboard cards, Wear Tear, and all that. I just have like nothing in the for that. I bring in like Stoneforge Mystic and Sword of Fire and Ice because those are good in the matchup, but I have 4 Stony Silences to cut, so I'd like to have a better balance of my sideboard cards. Sometimes I just have to bring in Plows and hope I can tag a Mentor with it, or if they have Young Pyromancers, or even plow a Snapcaster out of the way, because a lot of this deck just trades with the Snapcaster mage. But I kind of hate that plan, so I don't know what the swap is. I don't really know what card I can even play that kind of makes that matchup a little bit better. Like, preferably at something like 2 mana, maybe 3 if it's good enough. But this deck can't really curve out like much taller than that. And maybe the matchup's okay. I think I played against it, I think like twice, 3 times. I'm 2-1 against it, and then I'm 2-2 if you count the one time I played against Rug Control as the sort of like blue-red X archetype. I think the only green card they cast was like an Ancient Grudge anyway, so maybe they were on blue-red splashing green for the other side of Ancient Grudge. I don't know. Again, don't know anything about Vintage, weirdly enough. But I think we're just gonna run something like this. I guess also notably this Container Beast in the main deck kind of sucks because it's a 1-of, so it's probably not gonna come up very often, or it's just gonna be a 2/2 for 2. But I just needed a 60th card, so I moved this into the main deck to free up the sideboard slot at some point. But anyway, just fucking play some Vintage, I guess. Hopefully. I can hopefully play some Vintage. I probably should have joined this queue before I started talking. Oh, thank God. Because sometimes these Vintage queues can take a little bit. Only 82 active players. Alright, my opponent is playing first. And I can turn 1 and cast an Elvish Spirit Guide. What's up, Lasco? If like one of these was a white, like, I guess preferably if a Mystic was a white source, I'd probably keep this. Banking on Stony, but my opponent will get into 6. This hand sucks. We will also mulligan into 6. This hand also sucks, though. Opponent kept 6. I don't think I can keep, especially Triple Stone. Triple Stone is just so terrible. Just ship this one again. Alright, this is not good, but this is better than my other 2 hands for sure. I have 3 castable hate cards. It just doesn't come down until turn 2 on the draw. Unless we... Nope. Unless we find something. Urborg. Urborg Thoughtseize. Alright, I got no idea what my opponent's playing. White Simian Sphere Guide win. Yeah, for real. What Vintage deck is my opponent playing? Well, we got at least 2. I guess Thali is probably the biggest candidate. I don't know how much Spirit focus over a deck that wants Urborg, or Stony Silence for that matter. Yeah, Thali makes the most sense. I almost just want to Wasteland this. I think we're going to lead on Wasteland to protect against like a a weird sinkhole effect. Lets me not cast our Relic Order next turn. If I draw like another white source, but I don't want to get my only white source blown up. Verdant Catacomb. My opponent playing like just Legacy Turbo Depths. Close enough to Legacy Miracles to be able to play without having to pay for. Oh yeah, some stores do that where you can get like some free proxies, but then if you proxy too much of the deck, you pay an extra in the entry fee or whatever. My opponent just on like bug, like the bug control question, or maybe not control, but oh nope, I think my opponent is actually just on Turbo Depths with blue for probably just like Ancestral Recall and stuff. I don't think you're casting Sylvan Scry unless you're finding at Dark Depths. Nope, they just Sylvan Scrying for a Bayou. Alright. Ironically, this version of D&D can't beat... Hey, we got Caracas. We can beat Turbo Depths. But yes, we're much worse against it. That's for sure. I don't... Sylvan Scrying for Bayou, solid plan, I guess. I guess I'm just gonna, like, cast a 3-1. Oh, damn it, Urborg. Should have wastelanded the Urborg just so I don't have to click twice. I don't think the Spirit's going to be very good against my opponent, but it has power and toughness. Unlike Stony Silence. Vintage is just such a weird format. You just play against the most bizarre things. I mean, that's probably what my opponent is also saying. What the fuck is my opponent doing? Sure, Sylvan Library. Alright, well... We are... Wait, that doesn't... Sylvan Library is not very good against Spirit of the Labyrinth, is it? now that I think about that one. I don't even have a smart-ass comment to what this could possibly be. Right? I just got nothing. My assumption is Turbo Depths, because, like, why are you playing Sylvan Scry in your deck if you're not playing Dark Depths? Alright, they're gonna wasteland my Caracas. We just need to beat him down with 3-1s. It'll be fine. Alright, Sylvan Scrying again, sure. Are they gonna get a Dark Depths this time? It's Thespian stage, alright. The jig is up. But we have a Wasteland, and we're clocking them. My opponent finds a Vampire Hexmage, we're kind of in trouble. I almost just want to Wasteland this Urborg. But I don't want to get blown up by, like, play stage, crop rotation into Dark Depths. So I think I just need to hold this. Why are we playing 30 mana sources? Because you really need to cast a hate card on turn 2. Or on turn 1, I mean. And because, like, only 20 of them are... I guess 22 of them, right? I play a Mana Crypt and a... no, yeah, 21 of them are permanent. Temporary mana sources are really shitty at, like, casting a bunch of your spells. Well, my opponent can't, like, combo me now. So I guess we just deploy another Spirit of the Labyrinth. Seems a bit like overkill. I mean, I guess this is... I was about to use this as an example, but we did mull 5 here. But this deck does not flood out very much. You're usually down on resources pretty fast. Oh, we tapped out, so now they make a 20-20. That was dumb. Probably could just, like, do that. Now we're just dead, right? Unless I top deck one of my, like, exactly the other Caracas. Oops. Might have been able to win this if I wasn't an idiot, but I'm not sure. I didn't want them to, like, kill my Spirit of the Labyrinth, and then we die horribly. because we like can't tap out. But we drew Spirit Guide, so we could have just cast one next turn. Yeah. Fun did that game. I wasn't really thinking about like the fact that my opponent was actually Turbo Depths and can just go off when I tap the Wasteland. I wonder if Swords to Plowshares is good enough for this matchup. I don't think like most of these cards are. Container Feast sure isn't. Leona Relic Order actually seems okay. They have like library. They might have other stuff. Like I assume there's some number of Moxen in there. Stony seems pretty bad though. Because I have a lot of bad cards here. Maybe I just bring in Plows. Just because I have so many other cards that aren't good. I think Chalice more than Thorn. Thorn doesn't attack. Chalice doesn't attack either, but I feel like my opponent can play cards through a Thorn pretty easy. And you can like Chalice off crop rotations or something. It does Chalice off my own sword, but I don't know what we're doing. It's the first game of the night, and it's vintage. I'd love to play first. This hand kind of blows. We put Cavern on Spirit. Notably, we can cast both of our Spirit Guides once we hit another land. But after that, we can't really cast anything else. We're just 2 sources away from Relic Order. Battle School's never getting cast. I wonder if I mulligan this. Is this hand mulligan worthy? We have Wasteland, we have Spirit, Relic Order, which is just uncastable. I think it is. Ooh, this hand is a lot worse than the last hand. We traded the Spirit of the Labyrinth for another Wasteland. I might keep double Wasteland with a Scry. We can start casting Spirit Guides at some point, if we need to. But like double Wasteland kind of puts my opponent in a bind. I imagine they have Pithing Needle somewhere, but we could get to Relic Order. Try to Relic Order Pithing Needles. This hand kind of sucks, but I don't think my 5's going to do much better. The last 5 seemed okay. But also mulliganed. We'll keep this. Ooh, a white source and it's Caracas. That seems real good. I'll lead with Wasteland. I can't cast a turn 2 Relic Order, but I don't want to lead with Cavern on Cleric, because I might want to put the Cavern on Spirit just to actually play cards. That stream title, though. I swear I updated the stream. Oh, no, I did update the stream title. Okay. Every time I freak out because I think my stream title didn't get updated. My opponent playing off-color Moxen in their deck? I figured they wouldn't be, because a lot of their cards demand pretty high mana costs. But I suppose, like just activating Thespian Stage and stuff, maybe we'll want Stony's back in for game 3. I'm going to just use these Wastelands pretty aggressively. I'm going to play Caracas here. Does open it up to getting attacked by my opponent's stuff. But I might just want to Relic Order this Mox Ruby. Jim Tosetti, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're just gonna Relic Order this Mox Ruby. Gimme. Start casting Spirit Guides next turn for pressure. Cavern on Spirit. Vamp Tutor. Could be finding Dark Depths, and they get like Dark Depths plus Hex Mage. Or find Hex Mage and do the same thing. But we have Karakas, so it's not a huge deal. We also have Wasteland to force the issue. If they try to blow up our Karakas or something. Another Mox. Oh, they just have... Okay, that's fine. It's kind of annoying they can actually, like, Thespian Stage my Karakas. Make my Thalia worse. I might just... Yeah, I think I'm going to play Thalia and then hold up Wasteland here. Can I get punished? They play Crop Rotation, they float a mana and play Crop Rotation, get Dark Depths. They need another mana. So I don't think there's a good way to... Or we'll lead with Wasteland just in case. I can't Wasteland right here because they can just copy my basic planes in response. But if they try to copy Karakas or something, then we can Wasteland it. Ramanep Excavator. Shit, that's a 2-3. That blocks everything that I have. It also makes it so they can just continually depth me. Let's draw Swords to Plowshares. That's not Swords to Plowshares. Time to start casting Spirit Guides. Just sit here awkwardly. Maze of Ith, alright. It's also super obnoxious. We really need to find Source of Plowshares. Kind of surprised they aren't copying my... Just like trying to copy the basic planes with the Thespian stage. Try to force the action off the Wasteland, and they can just like replay the stage the next turn. Oh, are they about to do that? No, they're copying my Wasteland. Okay. I think I'm just gonna... Oh no, because then they can kill my Karakas, which I don't want them to do. Doesn't really matter what I Wasteland. Because they can just replay it next turn. Now our last bastion of defense is just having a Karakas in play against the deck that can probably tutor lands pretty easily. Yeah. And copy my Karakas now. Hex Mage, sure. They have quite the brick wall. We are not going to be able to get anywhere here. Does not look good for us. Especially because now, even if we draw a plow for the Ramanep Excavator, they can copy my Karakas, which I guess they didn't. and then just bounce my Thalia, and I still can't even just attack into a Hex Mage. Chalice. This doesn't do anything, right? I don't want a Chalice on 1, because that turns off my plows, which is the only thing I'm digging for. Chalice on 2, turns off me casting all my 2-drops. How many of my 2-drops are relevant? What does my deck list look like? Stoneforge is mildly relevant. Phyrexian Revoker might be okay. Yeah, I don't think it's worth chalicing on anything. Except for maybe a 0. That only turns off, like, their Moxen. I feel like we're just, like, we're pretty dead. Unless we just draw back-to-back plows. I guess we could draw. No, we have to draw multiple Vrinwing Mares too to get to the stupid Mesavith. There we go. They found the line. Copy the Crocus. So now I can't even attack with Thalia if I answer the Ramunap Excavator. Yep. Man, should have played the Chalice on 0, I guess. Oof, attacking. Oh, and they can just first strike Mesavith it out of combat, right? That's rude. Alright, well, gotta take that hit for at least a little bit. Ooh, Riddomere. This is what we were looking for. They have this Mesavith to stop it. We need to find like a second Vrinwing Mare or a Stoneforge to put an equipment on something. So we'll have 2 things that can attack. Slowly clock them. Oh, this is abrupt to get my Wingmare. That's rude. So much for that plan. Guess it just comes down to some top decks here. I was trying to thin out their deck to be more likely to find a Dark Depths. Fortunately, I can't Revoker Mesavith. I can Revoke Hexmage, but that doesn't do a whole lot. But we might as well just get more guys into play. Sure. Assume they take the Chalice, but they're clocking themselves with just continually like fetching and casting Thoughtseizes and stuff. So we're happening to keep pace with their life total, which is nice if we ever draw like Source to Plowshares. All right. Sajiri Step. Sure. Don't like that does anything. They're just like playing their land to play their land, I guess. Opponent decided to stop attacking. Interesting. Alright, Leon in Relic Order does basically nothing. I mean, take a Mox. But it keeps adding to the board, so eventually we might be able to start attacking through. Maybe I need to save this Relic Order for, like, my opponent finding Sylvan Library? Yeah, I don't hate that plan. Sylvan Library seems like it'd be a nightmare if my opponent played it. Gonna name Vampire Hexmage a second time, I guess. If we get enough creatures in play, we might be able to alpha them. They're at 11. They can block 3 of my things. So we need... Oh, they played Dark Depths. Oh, no, we still can beat Dark Depths right now. Ooh, now we can't beat Dark Depths. They've just been sandbagging this Pithing... Oh, no, we can Relic Order the Pithing Needle. We're still fine. Yeah. They've been holding on to that Pithing Needle for a while, just in case. What you got, opponent? Get out of here, Pithing Needle. Get out of here, Merit Lage. So stop 3 of them. 4 of them get through. We still need, like, 2 more creatures in play. And getting into the combat step to kill them. Why'd they play the Thespian Sage from the yard? Just not planning on trying to combo me yet? Ooh. Now they can't combo me, right? We can plow the Ramanap and they have to, like, just go find another Dark Depths now? Can I start attacking into this Hexmage? I lose a creature. They maze another creature. We deal them 1, 2... Oh no, they get back the Pithing. I can't attack with that. So we attack with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. They maze 1. They kill 1. They take 6. Go to 5. Actually, no. They go to 3 because we can attack with this other Relic Order too. Oh, they do go to 5 because they're going to gain life here. Get him. Yep, maze a thing. Eat, probably like, yeah, Revoker. Just in case it needs to be said, this game is terrible. You're not wrong. I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. in that analysis. We might have lethal next turn. They can stop 3 of our things because they have a Hex Mage and 2 mazes. We do have lethal as it sits on board. Nice. The 3rd Thalia. I think I just alpha here. Hope their last card isn't something. They can block Maze, take 6. They can kill the Relic Order to get back their Pithing Needle, but that's not going to do anything here. I'm going to cast this Thalia beforehand. Block. I guess, yeah, fuck it. Thinking's for blockers. Hey, we did it! We won that stupid fucking game. What a dumpster fire. Jesus Christ. Welcome to Vintage, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your stay. Alright, so, do we want Stonies back in? Do we want, like, sell the wreckage? They didn't have 2 white mana, don't lie to me. Oh no, they did. They had a Crocus and a Mox Pearl. Congratulations, they do it again. Hey, that was a mold of 5. Do we bring in Stonies? I still think it's no. I think they only have, like, Moxen and probably Lotus. But I don't think Stony's particularly good, especially because my equipment, so you do need to actually, like, kill them. Rest in Peace isn't super good. They're on a Ramnap Excavator, but not anything else interact with their yard, I don't think. Chalice of the Void is really awkward and clunky. I think I'm just gonna put it on 0 if it's in an opener. But this, I guess, is fine. At least it's not Garbage Fire. That card does nothing. It might as well be Garbage Fire. Yeah, I guess I like this configuration well enough. I made the decision that rather than spending a bunch of money grinding Friday events in the vein of subverting buys, my money would be better spent building this and experiencing the joys of a new format, and then I watched this match. Oh, fuck yeah, this hand is insane. Turn 1 Wingmare, we got Crocus, we got, like, Revoker for Hex Mage, we got Spirit. This hand's fucking great. Snap this one off. Yeah, probably less inclined to Chalice for 0 when I'm on the draw, because they just get to play their Moxen. Sylvan Library, alright. So we have to, like, turn 1 this Spirited Labyrinth so they don't just run away with the game. Instead of just turn 1 Wingmare. It's kind of awkward, though, because that means we could, like, realistically, we could have, like, turned 2 Spirit plus Revoker and just going to throw off our curve a whole bunch, but I think neutering the Sylvan Library is pretty big on their mulligan to 6. Tails never fails. Tails never fails, Mana Crypt. Damn it, Tails. Ooh, Source of Plowshares. That's a pretty good one. Time for some beatdowns. kind of want to just, like, wasteland their only colored source. I mean, they could, like, stage it in response. I think I'm just gonna Wingmare plus leaf up a wasteland. Ancestral. That digs you out of a mulligan pretty good. Revoke the Sapphire. I guess that's an option. Wingmare taxes them a bunch too, though. Also, now we get to, like, Wasteland. I don't know if I want to Wasteland their Bayou anymore. I think I might want to Wasteland their stage now. Because now they can't, like, copy my basic planes, and this just puts them down on the combo. Wait, did they just draw one card off their Ancestral? I just totally forgot that that draws them out of a mulligan way worse. Was not even paying attention to that one. Could get wrecked by, like, a crop rotation, but we haven't even seen one yet. Yeah, fuck it. Just kill that. The old draw one. The old cycle my Ancestral. Oh, well, sure. Tails never fails. Wow, fuck you, Mana Crypt. I guess we can just Thalia plus revoke Mox Sapphire now. Hope to God that it's not, like, gonna Golgari Charm me. I mean, I can't name Thespian Stage, but sure. Oh, maybe they need the Mox Sapphire mana, never mind. Duh. Haircut? Yeah, I got a haircut on Tuesday. Crocus, rude. So we got a 2-turn clock. Ah, they conceded. We did it. We won, chat. We beat Bug Depths. Fuck Vintage, man. Fuck Vintage. Thanks, Yaz. Also, you weren't here yet. I forget if you were here yesterday, but if not, you wouldn't have seen it because I didn't stream Tuesday or anything. Via Civil win. I'll be sure to contact them. Hey, I've 4-1 2 leagues with this deck. We're on track to 4-1 this one. We're 1-0, boys. Ladies and gentlemen. That did not seem like the greatest vintage deck ever. Then again, who are we to say anything? That's fair, but I agree with the sentiment of I think you can be doing a lot better things in vintage than what my opponent was trying to do if you're playing a deck with power. Notably, my deck does not have power. It's just really bad. So, like, that's my excuse for my deck being bad. My opponent didn't have an excuse. They cast a Sapphire and a Recall. If you have those cards, just, like, play a better deck. Oh yeah, and a ruby. Like, yeah, it has like an emerald, a pearl, a ruby, a sapphire, a recall. Time Walk would make some sense in their deck. You'd like Time Walk plus just to, like, make sure your opponent doesn't get a turn when you Merit Lage them. Or just like to hit extra land drops. Alright, later, army. You'll miss all the nonsense for the next 4 rounds of this tournament. But we do have to sit here because it's the vintage queue. There's a decent likelihood that there's a large-ish downtime between rounds. So we get to kind of twiddle our thumbs here. Sure, I'm glad we had Crocus in our deck. For just definitely preparing for the Merit Lage matchup in Vintage. It's definitely the reason we have that in our deck, and not because we have Thalias, and it's close to free. And also because sometimes you need to, like, bounce a Grizzlebrand or whatever. Should have already sent you that thing. I might do that. It's all good. I'm going up back to Bloomington for the weekend, so I got a bunch of spare time just hanging out with my parents and stuff. As we sit here and wait some more. Thanks, Vintage Cues. Not a lot of quality content. I guess we'll look at the deck and talk about it some more. It's just like, I wasn't actually sure. I talked about it at the beginning of the stream, but usually it's just kind of an opener that I shout into the void because no one's in the chat yet. But I kind of want to try to hedge the sideboard a little bit more towards the blue-red X control decks of Vintage. And I don't really know how to do that. Outside of just like playing a 4th Stone Forge and another equipment. Like a Sword of War and Peace or something. Sword of War and Peace isn't the worst idea. I mean, I don't like relying heavily on these artifacts, though, because they have like three decks. Then like, what am I playing for those matchups? I need something that's like cheap, immune to Lightning Bolt. Doesn't trade with a Snapcaster Mage. Shall I? I said cheap, not 4 mana. 4 mana is the opposite of cheap. They also do, like, some of the heavier white decks have access to Swords of Plowshares, so Shalai's not, like, completely unkillable, but 4 is a lot of mana. 4 USD, thanks. I don't know what I would want. Is there, can I find, like, let's go to, like, Scryfall. Can I search, like, white creatures that have variations of, like, hexproof and or indestructible? Advanced search. Text. Indestructible. White. CMC is less than or equal to 3, I guess. Lethal in Vintage. Wait, where was the creature type? Oh no. Alright, well, we'll continue this search after we wait for round 3. Spent a while thinking about it. Shall I? Well, after this, Bold Delivers and Block and has another useful perk. I don't think Burmaz is better. I don't hate Burmaz. I think Burmaz might be better. Go on the die roll. Turn 1 Thalia. Or turn 1... I think I like turn 1... Turn 1 Thalia makes my Stony worse. I'm definitely keeping this hand. But Mulligan's to 6. We can always turn 2 the Stony with the Spirit Guide if we need to. I like the turn 1 Thalia. Guess there's Brightling, Vintage Brightling. That's pretty mana intensive, but I think I like that more than Shalai too. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, it's gonna be a nice Mox Opal. I'm just gonna Simian Spirit Guide out this Stony Silence, I think. My opponent's just on Shops, or not Shops, sorry. They're on Paradox Logum. It's like the only deck that plays Opal in this format. Although they're not going to be able to like, get to Metalcraft very easily and use this for mana. What else do I put Revoker on against this deck? Is it like, do they have Jace? Or is it literally only their artifacts that have activated abilities? Paradoxical Storm has nothing besides their artifacts. Yeah, I kind of like slamming Silence here. Solarian Academy. It's a good wasteland target. I'm not sure what I want to put this Revoker on. Because all their stuff is turned off, but if they bounce the Stony, what's the... Like, if they eventually repeal the Stony Silence, what's the one thing I really want to name? I guess, like... They have 3 Mox Opals in it. There's a Mox Opal in play, so... Might as well just name the Mox Opal, I guess. They have actual no other activated abilities in this deck. Sometimes they have Karn, but it's almost always in the sideboard from what I've seen. And they're just so far away from all that. It probably does make some disc like going to seizures, I guess, but very slowly. Hard to accelerate out unless you have your god draw of having your Mana Crypt in your hand. If I was on Shalai, I might put the Soul Ring back in the deck. Do they play Snapcaster? Yeah, they probably do. Oh well, if they want to trade Snap for Revoker, go ahead. Alright, well, we're going to hope this clock is good enough. Pitching under round C. I got nothing. Got nothing, opponent. Go for it. They cast, like, Mentor here. Pretty boned. What's our best draw at this point? Probably Vryn Wingmare. Would accept Wasteland or Strip Mine. Stoneforge wouldn't be horrible. Would be very slow, but would help kind of put the last nail in the coffin here. As it stands, we have a 3-turn clock, and my opponent has 7 cards in hand, so there's definitely a chance they can try to disrupt stuff. They're not at Repeal Stony and go off yet, mana, though. They need 1 more land, because Repeal for 2 costs them 4 mana because Thalia's in play. Also, they would have to go after a Thalia, which seems hard but doable. 3 mana Demonic Tutor. What's my opponent finding? Tinker for Blightsteel, maybe? 4th land, Tinker away Opal, Blightsteel me? Could draw 1 of Containment Priest, that'd be pretty good. They don't always play Tinker, but if they are, I assume that's exactly what they're going to grab. Otherwise, I would assume just a Repeal. Or Chain of Vapor, if they're on that. Thorn, it's not horrible. If they did find Tinker, makes it harder to cast. Or if they found, like, Repeal or something, too. Sweet, we got them! They concede. They die with 8 cards in hand. Good. Thorn was a very good draw. Alright, so they're just on PO here. I think it's just minus Containment Priest. Minus something else, plus 2 Kataki. You cut 1 card? like all these cards in this matchup. Could cut like Stone Forges, but then I'd have to like board in some number of cards. What's this deck's real name? It's called White Trash. But I guess Twitch doesn't let you put white trash in your stream titles. Minus can if you suspect Tinker kill. That's the tough thing, is like I don't know if they're on Tinker. As far as I know, it's just like hit or miss. I know LSV thinks Tinker's not good, but other people play Tinker. The deck list I'm looking at right over here plays Tinker. Alright, later, Darkview. But I could just like hedge and bring in some priests and just cut like 2 Stoneforge Batterskull for 3 priests or something to beat up Tinker, but I don't love it. What are they bringing in? Like Karns, Hercules recalls, more basic islands. Karn's kind of annoying. We don't really have a good answer to that besides just Revoker. Could bring in some number of plows to push through like a Mentor instead. Like cut Batterskull, Stoneforge, bring in 2 Swords of Plowshares. I've seen Sai sometimes as well, so it's like either Sai or Karn, where you might need to like push through some big things, and like worst case it's a Mentor or something. I don't hate that plan. It's not great, but not horrible. Alright, this hand needs, like, against Paradoxical Outcome especially, you need, like, turn 1 Stonies or Thalias or something. Especially on the draw. Yeah, we got turn 1 Thalia, turn 2, like, Spirit of Labyrinth, turn 3 Wingmare. Or, like, some Strip Mine somewhere in there, too. I'm gonna not keep this hand. I'm probably going to Cavern of Souls out the Thalia just to ensure that I have some sort of disruption. Make sure it doesn't get Force of Willed. If my opponent doesn't just, like, turn 1 me here. Oh, they're just, like, running a bunch of stuff. God, I wish I had Stony Silence. Stony Silence would be so good here. Thalia is considerably less good. They can just repeal this, if they have a repeal in their hand. Or they can just, like, play through it, because Thalia is not that scary. Mentor, please no. Oh, they're just fetching out a Tundra. Sure. Should I be scared? You're gonna make this Spirit of the Labyrinth uncounterable as well. Spirit of the Labyrinth's another good hate card. Got a lot of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if they want to use the pedal. Still kind of scared to attack this Spirit into a Snapcaster Mage. I think I just have to, though. We just need to clock them faster. I don't hate Revoker plus Strip Mine, taking them off of 2 mana. Wingmare's not bad either, but they might actually finally get to counter something here. I guess I'll just play Wingmare. Could always have Revoker back up for like a Karn or something. lets me like strip mine or Evoker, keep up Caracas for Thalia. Although this deck doesn't have a lot of removal in it, so like Caracas and Thalia is not a huge deal. Yeah, I imagine they had a counterspell eventually. I know they're gonna repeal my Spirit. Sure, but now we got 2 tax guys in play now. They can fire off a PO for 3 here. Because they have 6 mana. They could draw 3 cards. Yeah. Figured why that's why that they bounced the Spirit there. Words are hard. Nope, they're just preordaining. Deal. Bottom. Also deal. Opponent digging deep. Really want to find Stony Silence. Would be a very good draw. Bottom. Found a card they liked. Probably not great. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. So if I put Revoker in play, it's lethal. So my opponent just concedes. We did it. We did it, chat. I didn't have to cast my Phyrexian Revoker. Take that, paradoxical outcome. I'm gonna start queuing right now. One pre-boarding. That's a word game there. Cool beans. Let's go back to trying to find cards that would help against cards that would help against blue-red X. Adonto Vanguard. It's not the... If you somehow do well with this deck, I'll be disappointed. Hey, we 4-1'd our last 2 leagues, thank you very much. We 4-1'd 2 vintage leagues with this dumpster fire. Is it bad that I don't... Oh, this weekend. At Eternal Weekend? Yeah, we're gonna top 8 with this deck for faux show. That'll be the day. Just never play vintage, just top 8 with fucking Powerless. What about Thalia Heretic Athar? I don't hate that, but I'm trying to ideally find something that's like immune to bolts and can help grind against like the blue-red X control decks. Is it weird that I don't hate Adonto Vanguard? I just searched all the creatures with white CMC3 or less that like can have indestructible. I'm gonna search the ones with hexproof as well. Or like pro-red. But like Adonto Vanguard seems only mildly horrible. It's just a 2-drop 3/1 that's just they can't kill it, right? They sometimes have plows, so it's not the best, I suppose. Let's try hexproof. Only 2 of hexproof. And one is Aegis of the Gods, which gives you hexproof, and the other is Knight of Grace, which is hexproof from black. So that's not super good. Pretty sure the last 2 each had 1 powerless deck. It was Dredge, but still. I mean, yeah, Dredge doesn't count as powerless. I think the no power challenge is you can't play any power 9, you can't play Library, Bazaar, or Workshop. And then the top 4 people that like the top 4 placements that don't have any of those cards get some alternative cash prize. Oh geez, we just dropped all of our frames. Rip the stream. Oh, are we going back? Oh no, we're all of our frames are dead. Rip the frames. Oh wait, coming back? Nope, they're definitely super dead. Hang on, let me restart the stream. Wait, is it fine now? Did it stabilize? Nope, still frozen. Yeah, still frozen. Like fades in and out, but I'm just gonna like restart OES. Oh wait, maybe not. Are we good? We're in. Looks like we're in the green now. I didn't restart it. Start this match. I'm watching you, frames. Does White have anything with hexproof or pro red that is usable? I just checked hexproof, and the answer is no. They have no cards with hexproof. I haven't checked protection from red yet. Oh no, my opponent didn't come back. Now we're in priority matchmaking. Let me try protection from red. Auriok Champion, Burrington Forge Tender, Crimson Acolyte, Defender of Law, Disciple of Law. Yeah, there's also Absolute Law. I guess the Law really hates red cards. That makes sense, because red's all like chaotic. Free Wind Falcon, Core Firewalker, yes, that exists. Mystic Crusader, Paladin Envec, Pilgrim of Justice, Repentant Blacksmith. It's just a squire with pro red. Silver Knight, 2/2 first strike per red for 2. Soldier of the Pantheon, protected from multicolored. Oh, multicolored has the word red at the end. Fuck. That's why the search gave me Soldier of the Pantheon. Soltari Priest. I guess that's probably just better than Silver Knight, right? 2/1 pro red Shadow versus 2/2 first strike pro red. Thermal Glider, Flying pro red. No, that's a 3-drop. And then Tivadar of Thorn, who is just a Silver Knight that also hates goblins. Huh. Yeah, these options all kind of suck a lot. I think honestly the card I hated the least was a Danto Vanguard. out of the options that I found. Danto Vanguard hits the hardest, and it's not even just immune to bold, it's immune to like a lot of other things that try to kill my creature. Not immune to Swords of Plowshares, but can attack into Snapcaster Mages. Hits for 3. Seems really terrible, though. Maybe there's something else out there. Or maybe the matchup's like good enough. Maybe I don't need to worry about it. There's always a niche role that needs to be filled when the card is started. Yeah, definitely. That was what I was... Ended up being Hallowed Spirit Keeper for Legacy Death and Taxes. I was searching a while for a card that was like really good to tutor, that really good against Grixis, that could also be tutored for with Recruiter of the Guard. And I was searching for a while until I was like, oh yeah, Hallowed Spirit Keeper exists. Kind of forgot about this card. But the card's very good. We're in increased matchmaking, Moto. Come on. Yeah, I don't love any of these options. I might try to ask some people that actually know things. Although the trouble is, I guess, asking people that know things about Vintage isn't necessarily going to help me. Because if I go to someone and ask, okay, what are the good cards against the Blue-Red X control decks? They're not necessarily going to be like, oh, here are all the really good white trash cards that are good against that. Maybe I'm just overly scared of it. Maybe our deck is actually decent against it. We've won 2 out of 3 times, so... What about Damping Sphere? I mean, definitely don't like Damping Sphere specifically against the blue-red control deck. But Damping Sphere is like an okay card against Paradox Cloudcomb, and slightly less so, but decent against shops, maybe? Oof. Would love a white source. I think we just gotta ship this. Especially opponent kept 7. We just need a hand that can do a thing on turn 1. We cast an Elvish Spirit Guide on turn 1. Well, this hand doesn't have a lot of payoffs, but ooh, well, we need cards that have text. Cards with power and toughness. I heard Mentor is a good white creature. Fair. Pretty good against Bolt. You just like cast a spell and then like you get value after they bolt it. Alright, that's terrifying. Oh god, it's just like Mentor. Alright, well, it might be time to concede. I don't think my deck's beating turn 1 Mentor. Let's see how many spells they get to cast. I think, regardless, I think just with this board state I will lose. I think I'm just going to concede to this. They put one on top. Yeah, we're going to concede to this. We can't beat this. Rather not let my opponent know what we're on. Technically, I don't know what they're on, but I think it's just the Paradox Outcome deck. With Underground Sea plus Black Lotus plus Mentor. So what did I do last time? +2 Plow, +2 Kataki, minus Stoneforge Package, and Containment Priest. Deflecting. I can't cast a Deflecting Bomb. Wait, what are we even talking about? I guess I can cast a Deflecting Bomb. I have 4 Spirit Guides and a Lotus Petal. But what are we deflecting bombing? Oh, okay, yeah, if we're talking about something completely different, that's fine. Turn 1 Mentor is pretty hard to beat for a lot of decks if you don't have a counter for it. Like, I guess you could just be Dredge. Even Dredge might lose to that depending on how much they could chain casting spells the next turn. Alright, this hand has turn 1 Stony into, like, Thorn or Chalice or Revoker. I think it's just a Snap Keep. We're gonna turn 1 Stony. I kind of want a Chalice on 1 after the Stony. But Thorn might be better. Thorn prevents me from Chalice on 1-ing. Bottom. Cavern on Cleric lets me cast Relic Order if I find it, but if I put it on like Human, it makes stuff like Thalia uncounterable, but I think we have enough stuff that wants to get countered. We're just going to put it on Cleric to help fix our mana. I think we are just going to Thorn. And then cast a Revoker on like Karn Cyanoversa or something. I guess I could put it on Spirit to cast Spirit Guides. They're not even necessarily on Paradoxical. It's like maybe Karn's just like an insane name. I could name just like Black Lotus if they get rid of my Stony or something. Since they're already super far away from Karn anyway. Just name Black Lotus. just in case. Not a lot to name. Like, I guess Dak would be the worst for me, right? If they could actually cast a deck. So they could actually just take my Revoker, beat me to death with it. But I'm fairly certain they are, in fact, on PO here. Poor Chalice. Yeah, this Chalice is never getting cast. Can you abandon hope? Yeah, no, we're gonna name Karn. Not like a super good name. Not the worst name in the world. It's hard to like blind name a Mox too if they're like gonna repeal my Stony at some point and try to go off. It's like hard to blind hit one of their artifacts because there are none in play. If there was one in play, I might have named it. Like I would name Mox Sapphire with the second Revoker, and I will. I think I'm actually gonna Spirit Guide out Wingmare instead. Probably name deck first, but you should definitely name it now. I don't think. I think they're on PO, not Blue Red X. We saw an Underground Sea and a Mentor last game, but the Mentor doesn't tell me. Oh, they discarded a Karn! Fucking nailed it! Gotcha, idiot! Take that, opponent! Get fucking got! We're just gonna play this end of the clock. Gonna name their Mox Sapphire because it's just sitting in play. Just in case they end up, like, bouncing my thing ever. I don't really want to play this Wasteland. I want them to fetch a non-basic Sanctum Prelate. That's not a horrible idea. You can just put Sanctum Prelate on 1, then it's immune to Bolt, right? That's not a bad idea. It also helps against, like, combo decks and nonsense. This Chalice might just have to go on 0 because it's the only number I can cast it for at this point. I could use my Spirit Guide to play a Chalice on 1. Would Chalice on 0 stop Moxes from being cast? Yeah, but I don't really care about the Moxes because we have Stony Silence, so it's like it's not a huge deal. Hey, we did it. We got our Chalice on 1. The old 4-mana Chalice for 1. Yeah, we did it. I guess we didn't do it yet. We had to win game 3, but we won game 2. And it totally nailed it that they were on Paradoxical Outcome. I'm starting to be able to read these decks. Notably, they are on Karn Scion Versa, which seems like the more popular sideboard plan over stuff like Psy. I still like Plow as my answer though, because it can hit a Mentor and it can also usually like push the golems out of the way to try to finish off the Karn with a bunch of idiots in play. It's really powerful stuff. 1 CMC spells too. How many Chalices are you playing? We're only playing 1 because it is restricted to 1 in Vintage. Otherwise, we'd be playing a lot more. Also, shops would be a lot more fucked up if you just play 4 Chalices. We are playing the maximum number of Chalice Voids that are legal in this format. I like everything else. Don't really want like more Plows or something. Just run it back. Being on the draw is definitely scary though. We have turn 1 Thorn and like a Relic Order. I think I just have to keep these hands. We have Wasteland 2. I mean like Relic Order Mox. That sort of thing. Same good old days that you play 4 mentors. Yeah, neither of those are good things. Keep this hand. It's relatively weak, but we have several disruptive elements. Preordain. Think you could play. Oh, jeez. Oh, my opponent does run out of Ruby. Interesting. Ooh, Stony. That's a much better turn 1 play than my other options. I gotta use the pedal for it, but not a huge deal. So I get Mox Ruby. Wasteland this library, but they're not up to that many cards yet. Could just, like, cast Thorn and Wasteland this library. Could just, like, put a Relic Order into play first, and then the following turn, Thorn plus Wasteland. Because I want a Clock in play, but I also want to just, like, tax them out of stuff. I like Thorn plus Wasteland just to take them off of a bunch of mana. So having lands, opponent, that's rude. You can cast your spells if you have lands. That's not cool. Really want to find, like, Renwing Mare or Thalia. That was not great. Probably does help me, like, kill a Karn if they play a... Oh, right? Karn starts at 4 loyalty? Karn starts at 5 loyalty and it's a -2? Fuck me. But at least then it can't make another guy. It just draws them a card. Time you can play 4 Thorns too. Yeah, jeez. There are a lot of messed up things you could be doing. Isn't Lodestone... Is Lodestone Golem also restricted? Did they finally, like, hit that one with the axe too? Stop playing lands, opponent. It's not cool. You drew a Revoker, that's great. We can just revoke Karn. Glowstone has been restricted for a long time. Yeah, card's pretty messed up. Turns out, Wenthalia is a 5/3. And still costs, like, 2 mana. Opponent needs to stop hitting their land drops. Oh, yeah. Man, they gotta, like, counterspell my Thalia? That's not nice. They might just be casting a spell in response to it. Because they have, like, repeal for 2 on the Stony or something. Their spells all cost 2. Repeal the Thorn. Okay, that's fine. Now we just have a Thorn with stats in play. And we just cast the Thorn next turn with our Caracas. Wow, that's not nice. That's super uncool, man. Why can't be like that, opponent? Opponent gonna just, like, cycle a Paradoxical here with some zeros. Oof, Time Twister. Huh. We'll rip that Thorn, but now we have a Wingmare at least. Hey, we found my pedal again because we shoveled it in. Fuck. Put this cavern on Pegasus. Hopefully this stalling is enough. That Karagas was a beating. Their Time Twister just like lets them hit a bunch of land drops. But they still need to like repeal this Stony or something and then untap and try to go off. They can't fetch unless they can answer a creature. This was a really shitty time Twister hand. At least we found this Vernwing Mare, but like the Time Twister drew us into like 5, or I guess like it was 4 lands, Spirit Guide, Thalia, Wingmare. That's what happens when you have 30 mana sources in your deck. I don't like this pause. Whenever my Storm opponents pause, I get real nervous. My opponent has access to a lot of mana, but we have 2 pretty good disruptive elements in play right now. Okay, just pass the turn. Damn it, we drew the second Karakas too that we shoveled back in? Fuck. Can we not? Would have played Petal last turn, so Windfall was worth. Do they even play Windfall in this deck? Snap. Ooh, snap, recall, and kill my Revoker. I also couldn't. I guess I could have just cast it for free before my Wingmare, but. Oh, can't do anything about this. We're gonna cast an uncounterable Elvish Spirit Guide. My opponent just plays Karn and makes a guy. We still have lethal. Oh, now we have lethal with 1 of our 3 creatures, but my opponent is ancestraling themselves to now have 9 cards in hand. Untap, like, they're untapping with 10 cards in hand. They did target the recall, right? I wasn't actually really paying attention. Yeah, they targeted the recall. Yeah, they're repealing the Stony. Oh shit, yeah, we're probably dead now. They can't recall at least, but I don't think we can beat them with just this Wingmare in play. Not a lot we could have done about it, notably. Well, can't do anything if they have the kill. If they don't, then we have the kill next turn, so... If they have, like, a single paradoxical outcome in their hand, we're probably dead. They just have access to so much mana here. I'd be pretty impressed if we managed to live this turn. Please just like cast a Karn. Demonic Tutor, oh dear. Demonic Tutor finds a lot of scary cards. One of them being Paradoxical Outcome. Or Time Walk. Into something else. You've got 2 mana left. Unless they like spent 4 mana to like draw an extra card here. They can't like Night's Whisper. Dig through time. All right, yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good card to cast and then take an extra turn with. Why cast Demonic Tutor when you can just cast Demonic Tutor twice? So we're probably pretty dead. But we tried real hard. Man, I really hope they can't kill me and they concede. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me, opponent. Please, no kill. Would sincerely appreciate not being killed. Find them killing you very unlikely with Wingmare in play. I don't know. They can do some busted shit. Oh, they're just like Yogg-willing into another time walk. They can't kill me. I guess they're just like cycling. If that's their Yogg-will, then sure. They like if they find like repeal for the Wingmare or something. Repeal costs 5 mana though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they have 1, 2, 3 left over. They'd have 3 left over. They'd have a land drop or like any number of mocks in. They have 7 cards in hand. I think there are a lot of ways we could die here, but I'm hoping that this Wingmare. Yes! Wingmare limping across the finish line. We did it. I had no idea how unlikely it was. I was just terrified that entire experience. We fucking did it. The little pony that could. We lost game 1, won games 2 and 3. Vintage where people concerned primarily with drawing their entire deck and winning is a secondary worry. I mean, yeah, my opponent spent 3 turns going Demonic Tutor, Time Walk, Dig Through Time into untap, Yogg-will, Time Walk, into untap. Oh, nope, can't do anything. Guess I'm dead. Jesus. This deck has a lot of good cards against Paradox Cloud, that's for sure. Tomorrow I'll get to go to investigate the shop where Legacy is happening. Not been since they moved locations, so that'll be fun. Sounds nice. I always love playing paper Legacy. I love streaming. I love playing on Moto. Like just the accessibility is really nice, but there's something different about playing a paper. And it's just much more fun. Maybe you'll come around to Wingmare over Wistful Legacy. Not a chance. Not a chance. There's no Paradox Cloud comes in Legacy. Wingmare is not very good against Storm in that format. Unless I'm also playing 8 Spirit Guides, in which case I can like power it out on turn 1. Yeah. I just like the accessibility of, especially like Legacy and Vintage, I suppose. Like, it's just harder to play paper Legacy, and definitely much harder to play paper Vintage consistently without being online. I'm gonna be that Dirty Miracles player unless there are too many Miracles players, in which case Shadow, or Taxes, or Burn. It's good to have options. Just play whatever you feel like. Paradoxical Mentor is a real Legacy deck. What do you bounce? Like, 4 Lotus Petals, 4 LEDs, 4 Opals? I think I'm finally playing Chalices on the side this weekend. I really like Chalice. I think it's correct. At least currently. Just there's so much less combo. So having your combo hate card be able to come in against fair matchups is a big deal. Also, just being able to cast it on turn one. I was talking to Cyrus CG. I played against him yesterday in my Legacy League, and we lost. But he was talking about how Chalice is like a really good innovation. 4 Petal, 4 Opal, 4 Lodestone, 4 Urza Baubles, 4 Mistress Bauble. That just sounds like Caleb D's mono white mentor slash Bomberman deck. How are you fitting like blue and Paradox Outcomes in there? Paradox Outcomes a lot worse when it actually costs 4 mana. It's a lot better when you just pick up 4 Moxen and then replay them and you tap them all for more mana again. You can only do that with an Opal. You can't really do that with Petal or Baubles. Yeah, Chalice on 0 is nice against Storm. Just being able to have that critical piece of turn 1 interaction. Legacy Paradox Outcome seems like the cheers of Legacy. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, there's actual Cheerios, but that's something entirely different. Oh wow, you weren't kidding. There's actually a list. I thought you were just like making it up. Alright. Jeweled Amulet, huh? I'm gonna need to... No, that text box is very large. I'm gonna need to read this one. Is it just played because it's 0 CMC artifact, or is it just you put a charge counter on it and you tap it? So it's just a tiny mana battery. You can pay a mana to put a mana into it for later. That's terrible. How do you keep winning with this deck? I don't know, man. We're 3-0. We've 4-1 in the past 2 leagues. This deck is a dumpster fire, but we beat up on Paradoxical Storm twice, and then we played against like this weird bug Dark Depths combo deck. Considering Gideon, Develop Caster, Leander Revolver, and Macabre, wondering if they should be path number 2, but I'm still really not a fan of multiple paths. Alright, later, Lasco. Have a good one. The path has been like kind of hit or miss for me. I like path feels more like a necessity than a card that I want to be playing in Legacy right now. It's just like you cut the path and then like the Death Shadows and the Delvers and the Eldrazi decks just start looming over you. But it feels pretty miserable when you play against like a pile of combo decks and control. But path is like fine. So you're saying I could buy a Mana Crypt and have a vintage deck? I mean, basically. I don't know how playable this is in real life. We'll find out at Eternal Weekend. I am officially registered for the vintage event. Yeah, it's not a good card, but it's neat. Yeah, it's like I said, it's a necessary evil, I think, in the sideboard, rather than a card that I'm excited to be playing. It's just good to have extra copies of Swords of Plowshares in the matchup where Swords of Plowshares is really good. Ah, sweet, we won the die roll. Ah, sweet, we got turn 1 Thalia. Fucking deal. Turn 1 uncounterable Thalia, notably. Pummel against 6, deal. I don't like the pairing system on Moto. Yeah, the pairing system, especially for like the Vintage League, is weird. Just like takes forever. Get him. Can force this if they want, but we can't make it uncounterable, so yeah. The pairing system tries to make it so that you don't play against opponents that you just played against. Sometimes there's like a hiccup especially if you just played against them in their last match and they like re-enter the league. Oh, okay, so we are playing against Paradox Skull again. They're also on one land. Hopefully this Thalia gets there. I wonder if you should have led with Spirit with multiple Thalias. We didn't know what they were on, right? We were on the play, and there's a chance the Spirit just does stone nothing. Oh no. Now they have a lot more mana. Stony Silence? About to Simian Spirit Guide out this Batter Skull with one more land drop. It's a very consistent... I don't know if that's true. I've very rarely played against the same opponent. Twice in the same league. Yeah, I'm just like playing my lands. I mean, I probably should have played the Karakas last turn just in case, but... Yeah, it'll resort to suboptimal pairing the longer you wait. So if it's something like Vintage, it's going to take much longer. Because you should like sit there in the queue forever. Oh yeah, Karakas denies a card. That's fair. Yeah, I definitely should have played the Karakas on turn 3, but I just wasn't really paying attention. I mean, I guess I'm playing a... I guess I'm casting Batter Skull here. It's not good, but... Like, I don't really have any other plans. I need a clock. This is a clock. Opponent has access to a good chunk of mana, but they do have to play through this Thalia, which isn't the easiest thing in the world for them to do. How many Null Rods do we play? We play 0, we just play 4 Stony Silence. Yeah, the Merchant Scroll for repeal, that makes sense. Oh, that's a good draw. Notably, they can like repeal my Germ token, and then I won't be able to equip it, but they have just infinite artifacts in play. I guess they won't even be able to repeal the Germ unless they have like another mana source. This is a good ass Stony Silence. Let me tell you. Alright, well, time to do the same sideboarding thing we've done for the past 2 rounds, because we just keep queuing into Paradoxical Outcome. Double Plow, double Kataki, cut Priest, cut Stone Forges, cut Batter Skull. Stony's better than Null Rod. Yeah, Stony's better than Null Rod because a lot of decks just already are hard-coded to have artifact removal because Shops exists. So Stony Silence is a lot harder to take off the table. Yeah, exactly. The variant of this deck that plays Power and like plays Eldrazi a lot of the time. They play like Soul Lands and Eldrazi's and stuff. They play Null Rod often just because they have Ancient Tomb, so they can just turn 1 Null Rod. It's harder to turn 1 a Stony Silence without like gimping your deck a bunch. I wonder if this hand's keepable. You have like turn 1 uncounterable Wingmare and then actual nothing after that. Alternatively, turn 1 uncounterable Spirited Labyrinth and then like Revoker. But then we're never getting to these Wingmares. Now I understand how you're winning with this thing. Just drawing hot. We don't always draw hot. We sat there, we cast a Batter Skull for 6 mana that game, to be fair. But playing 5/3 Stony might be good. Yeah, that's the other argument, is that you could be playing more Stony Silences, but then you're down on like things that actually make your opponent dead. Tree Labyrinth's really good against my opponent, in all honesty. We have like 19 other lands and like a bunch of other mana sources. Yeah, we'll keep this. Find out if it's terrible. Keep it and die to turn 1. Yeah, I mean we're never beating turn 1 kill, right? think I'm just going to slam Uncounterable Spirited Labyrinth rather than ramp out Uncounterable Wingmare. Yeah. Oh, they're just going. Okay. Maybe we will. Maybe we will die on turn 1. But I can, like, Paradoxical here. Oh, alright. We can't even cast, like, a Stony if we find one. So, we're definitely leaning on this Spirited Labyrinth to put this game away. Let's see that turn you draw before deciding how to use the Spirit Guides. So yeah, that's definitely true. And obviously now, Wigmare sucks, because my opponent has, like, 9 million mana. Would much rather try to Spirit Labyrinth them out of the game so they can't, like, Paradoxical a bunch. They can PO for 3 here in response to the Spirit. Or they can, like, repeal my Spirit. And then untap and still murder me, but that's life. I don't know what's happening. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's the thing. Tap their Mana Vault, though. Which is definitely not nothing. Alright, their Mana Vault's my clock. Oof, that's a good one. Let's hope they don't have 1 mana castable. Yeah, I think we're still dead. I think I just need to power out Wingmare here to try and clock my opponent. It's not, like, good, but... Oh, no, I can't even power out Wingmare. Fuck, because we don't have any white mana now. So just Revoker. Rogue Mox Sapphire, I guess. Or maybe Mox Pearl they play? No, the only white they play is literally this Mox Pearl. I'm just going to force that, sure. Yeah, we're probably dead now. We have game 3. Yeah, I don't think they even, like, play white cards besides this Mentor, though. So I might just revoke the Sapphire. Had that resolved. Hercules recall themselves. Oh, gee, yeah, okay. You got me. That's horrifying. Alright. Run it back. This is not a great hand, weirdly enough. We just have, like, a shit ton of mana, and we can't actually cast... Oh, no, we can't cast this in Relic Order. We just hold on to this Lotus Petal. We turn 1, Plains, Lotus Petal, Crypt, and then use the white and the colorless from the Crypt to cast the Thalia, so we can save the other Lotus Petal for the Relic Order in the future. Sand's definitely keepable. This game goes so much better when my opponent doesn't force all my turn 1 play. Maybe I'm supposed to play a 4th Cavern, but Cavern's, like, generally pretty obnoxious. They pitched a repeal, so if we find, like, Spirit of the Labyrinth, Stony Silence and stuff... Probe, huh? My hand is not very good, opponent. Opened 8 chests. Guess how much the value was. If it were me, the value would be very low, because I'm super unlucky. Like that. Never win a Mana Crypt flip in my life. What if I'm supposed to make a 2-2? I don't really love it. Could, like, exile my own Mana Crypt even. 1 tick, yeah. That sounds about in line with what I would open. Like, Relic Ward my own Mana Crypt so I stop dying to it. I can just cast a Spirit Guide with this Lotus Petal. Maybe that's better. We are presumably... We're not dead. They have 1 land in play. We can draw action. They could kill me on turn 2 with just, like, some Moxen. Some artifacts, PO, kill me, but I'm not gonna presume we're dead. They have, like, a million basic islands post-board, which is really annoying. Because this deck always sideboards 2 basic islands and main decks 2 basic island. Probably would have made 4 power. I thought about it, but I kind of want to hit their things. Yeah, if they, like, PO me here, we're probably fucked. I'd rather, like, try to snag a artifact if we can. I don't think I'm just winning with 4 power in play. Oh, they found Soul Ring. They found another PO. Karn. That's pretty good. Always heads. Finally. Please no counter. Thank God. Attack Karn. Alright, well, they got 2 cards in their hand and an infinite mana. So we need to draw Stony Silence. Yeah, this is definitely, like, not super scary. Wow, this is a rough... I have seen some Karn pluses in my time. This is a tough one. I guess it's not as tough because I don't have black mana right now, so just, like, give them the Demonic Tutor and cross my fingers. But, like, this is quite the card. It's gotta be, like, give them the Demonic Tutor and pray, right? But if we give them a Demonic Tutor and they find black mana, they just, like, D-Tutor for outcome and then they murder me, right? Is that, like, feasible? Although, is thinking that recall is gonna brick feasible, realistically? Probably not. You can have this Demonic Tutor. Not super scary opponent. I didn't think they were gonna flip exactly Tutor Recall, okay, and just have the Mox Jet in hand. No, they just, like, D-Tutor for outcome, and now we're dead. They can even outcome back their, like, Karn if they have enough mana. Just replay the Karn and, like, minus it back their recall. Yeah, see? Hang on, I gotta spin my top first. Flip the top. PO again. Oh, Yogwill. Nice. Yogwill, PO. Demonic Tutor for PO. PO a 4th time. We're just deterministically dead, right, actually? They can just mana Demonic Tutor for Tendrils and kill me. Yeah, alright, I'm bored. You got me, opponent. Man! We're so close to 5-0-ing. Alright. 13 games, 7 wins, and 6 losses there. Which game do we win? Game 2, I guess? No, was game 2 the mentor game? Yeah, I think we won game 1. Yeah, we won game 1. That really weird game 1. We lost games 2 and 3. There's a cat stream now. I think the cat's left. I think they both actually wandered out of the room. Oh god, the frames are crashing again. Frames stop. We only have one more match. That was a bummer. It's kind of hilarious, though. Karn Plus, like, a single Karn Plus isn't that scary. Reveal Ancestry Cult Demonic Tutor. This deck feels like it has some game, though, if the big dogs of the format are, in fact, Shops and Paradoxical Outcome, which they are, according to all the vintage players that I talked to. Like, we've beat PO 2 out of 3 times. Definitely not, like, as good of a matchup. I might want, like, the 4th Cavern as well, just to hedge the Paradoxical Outcome matchup a little bit more. Although my opponent's hand, I don't know if we resolve that Thalia, if we can win or not. There's a chance maybe, though. Like, if we had just resolved a Thalia on turn 1, their turn 1 probably goes land, cast their diamond, or like, I mean, they're cast a ruby or cast a mana crypt instead. And then we can just untap and we can relic order it. Although if I had a Cavern, I wasn't going to relic order on turn 2, right? Oh no, I could have, because I've had the pedal. Got distracted from getting distracted from your screen. I did clean my... So, hey, whatever works, yes. Oh, we did play against Dark Quarter. I didn't even notice this is the same guy. Someone in chat was talking about how you play against the same person a lot. I just didn't even realize we played against the same person twice. Funny. I imagine this happens a lot more often in the vintage queues, just because there's so many less people. In the legacy queues, I think I've had this problem happen like maybe twice, and both of which happened because my opponent, that was their 5th match, and then they like re-entered, which I don't know, maybe fucks up their weird algorithm or whatever. Did I tell you I was like 16-1 with 2 Lust with 1 Displacer, 3 Chalice, 2 Path? What, like in the main deck or what? 2 Path main deck, 1 Displacer main deck, 3 Chalice. Yeah, that definitely doesn't surprise me. But that's not really... I don't think that's necessarily the Moto queue's fault. I think that's just Vintage does not have a lot of players in it. There are only 85 people that are in the Vintage League, like, just at all, that have ever signed in and been like, I want to play a League of Vintage. And, like, obviously not all of them are online at the same time, so... I think that's definitely a symptom of just a format that doesn't have a lot of players in the queue at any given time. They should not let it happen. I don't know, like, would you rather play against the same player twice or just like sit in the queue for 20 minutes? I guess that's the decision. $85 currently, and not that I've been in. Is that what that number is? Does this number like go down or up? Like there are 85 people in here at this time? I don't know how that number works. I assumed it was the number of people that have like entered in the Vintage League. Like like when you have to like just click the button to enter the league to begin with. I was about to say, yeah. There's a like it'd probably be pretty easy to have a window that says, "Oh, you queued into the same opponent that you played against in this league. Would you like to find a different opponent or something?" You can hit yes or no rather than just like immediately not let the pairing happen. That kind of makes sense, but Moto's software from like the Stone Age, so it's a big ask. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was 85 entered, not online. Not necessarily 85 people online, it's just 85 people that have entered the league. That's what I thought this number meant. But oh, it does say number of players playing matches or with matches remaining. Okay, no, it is people that are currently playing in a league or like maybe they went to bed though, like they played 3 matches and then they turn it off because it says or with matches remaining. So I don't know how many of these people are like online. When you finish your 5th, the number, yeah. If I finish my 5th, like if I dropped right now, the number would tick to 84 or something. Yeah. So that's what that number means. So that's more than I thought. With the time it takes to actually get an opponent. Hey, we did it! Wait, we definitely played against this guy, right? Yeah, this is the guy we played against round 1. The Bug Depths guy. This thing kind of sucks, right? Especially against Bug Depths, if that's what my opponent's still on. Do they like win their 2 matches after we beat them? That'd be weird. Didn't think their deck was. What's your Spirit Token record off Spirit Keeper? 12, I think. Against 4-color Loam. They were subsequently immediately Toxic Deluged, but for a brief moment I had 12 Spirits in play. We can like cast multiple Revokers here. The worst. Put Cavern on Core or Pegasus. I'll keep his hand. They also could be on a different deck. I have no idea if they've queued back in or not. Yeah, it looks like they have. What are they on now is the question. Mentor, or not Mentor. PO would be my guess. Just play against this deck 4 times in the same vintage league. That's a lot of Moxen. Nothing. I guess that's okay. I'm tempted to Wasteland this Tundra and like double Spirit Guide out a Revoker, but that seems like kind of greedy. Could just single Spirit Guide out Revoker with like Wasteland plus Spirit Guide. Next turn cast like an uncounterable Wingmare. Or I could play like Stoneforge plus activate the Wasteland or something, or Revoker plus activate the Wasteland. That's mean. Now they're down to 2 cards, so. Force pitching Gush. Teal. Oh man, the shitty one of Containment Priest. Hope they're on Tinker. I think I want an uncounterable for a Wingmare now. It's not great, but if we can Wasteland them too, my opponent's just not casting spells, so. Detutor. What if they're going to Detutor for like a land or something? Waste them when they miss a land drop. Yeah, there's a. I didn't want to like waste plus like Simian Spirit Guide out or Evoker though. I wanted because then we can't do anything after that, right? We're just down to Cavern of Souls and nothing else. A handful of uncastables. No, my Stony Silence. Don't even know if like Wastelanding takes them off of blue, or Rover takes them off of black and puts 2 power into play. I think I'd rather just Revoker Mox Jet. Especially because if we find a white source, we can just cast a Stony. Just gas. I might Wasteland now, just because we can't play anything else. And if we draw a white source, we can just start casting Stoneforge, Kanema Priest, Thalia, stuff like that. We don't necessarily need the Stony, because we've already taken them off Mox Jet as well. I don't know what they detutored for, but they can't cast it. No. Hey, we did it. Could have like Spirit Guided out Stony instead, but Thalia just makes it so they're dead this turn, and also they can't cast anything anyway, unless they had a 3rd mana source, then they could cast a 1-drop. 4th Cavern would be great. Yeah, 4th Cavern would be great. Just sometimes this deck does have a lot of mana issues, like right there, the Cavern is really awkward. But being able to force things through, no pun intended, force things through Force of Will is really nice, especially in that matchup. Chance I like don't even need this Stoneforge stuff main deck. Although, I guess oh, you're being sarcastic. I gotcha. I mean, I would have liked drawing 4th Cavern there would have been fine too, right? I mean, cast an uncounterable Thalia instead. Cavern 3 is kind of pushing it because the mana is really clunky, but Cavern Soul is just so fucking good against these Force of Will decks. Jeez, this hand blows. I'll keep turn 1 Vryn Wingmare and pray. I'll probably top that. Alright. Please no Force of Wills. Like, I'd love a Cavern of Souls here. Hey, we did it! They didn't have a Force. We get the Party Pony in play. Strip Mine me, do it! Kind of didn't want them to actually do it, but... We'll draw another land, it'll be fine. Wait, does Mentor play Strip Mine? Or does Pio play Strip Mine? No. Or at least not this single one I'm looking at. Wow. It's a lot of Phyrexian Invokers. I put it like secretly not on Paradoxical Outcome. Strip Mine should be like single change my mind. No, it should not. Does that change your mind? Priest, huh? Doesn't do anything against me, right? I'm not playing Aether Vial. This is vintage, opponent. I'm playing Stony Silence on my deck. Oh, jeez. Surprise, my opponent is just, like, very much not on Mentor. I cast my spells. What deck are they on? Does anybody know? Esper Xerox? That's a deck? Sure. I don't know what this format is. Attack me feels aggressive. They might have like another Containment Priest or something. Kaya Ghost Assassin? Fuck yeah. I think I'm gonna attack here. You always just deploy another thing. If they like try to trade with this Revoker. Disenchant. Alright, deal. Name Jace VP? I think I'm just gonna keep naming this Pearl. I guess there's a chance I'm supposed to just Relic Order the Pearl instead. Oh, well, I guess that didn't matter. Maybe I should have cast this Revoker before. No, then they disenchant response, and then they can solve that. Kaya plus Preach combo. Oh no. Wait, is that a combo? Can they flicker your opponent's stuff too? I don't know how that card works. It's gonna be real bad news if they do. I don't know. I don't know the text on Kaya Ghost Assassin. Opponent's like just very much not winning this race, and I don't understand why they keep attacking. I guess now they attack because they can't block because this thing is flying. I'm suddenly very scared of Kaya Ghost Assassin. So I'm going to start taking them off of mana for that. Alright, let me see if this Kaya Ghost Assassin deck's actually something. Am I gonna just fucking name Kaya Ghost Assassin with this, this fucking Phyrexian Revoker here? It just, like, bugs stuff? I don't even see this deck on MTG Goldfish. But I am suddenly very terrified of Kaya Ghost Assassin. Exiles any creature, returns it at the beginning of your next upkeep. Oh, okay. So yeah. Okay, your next upkeep's better for me. Sure, I'll just play Spirit of the Labyrinth. Because if they like Kaya my thing, then I can just attack with my other guys to trade with Priest. If they're on the Kaya deck. Hold land in case they minus Kaya. I don't know what this fucking card does. They're gonna, if they want to make me discard a card and then they don't draw a card, then sure. I keep hitting him with this pony. Chance I'm supposed to play Revoker to try and lethal them there, but I like keep attacking it. I like continually attacking their mana. I still have lethal if I'm not afraid of my opponent casting something this turn. I know the card, but I don't know if it's a thing. I don't know either, man. Hey, we did it! We 4-1'd for a third fucking time! We have 4-1 this deck 3 times out of 3 leagues. Deck's obviously busted. We've cracked the code. We've cracked the vintage code. I don't know how to record that one, Because I don't know if my opponent was on. Hang on, can I like just Google MTG Vintage Esper Kaya? Esper Control featuring Kaya Ghost Assassin. Alright, let me see this deck. If the deck list looks like... Wait, no, this is just his Twitch... No, where's the VOD? Oh, here's the list. Okay, so the screenshot here. Alright. So, no Cavern of Souls. 1 Containment Priest. You're just forwarding on purpose to not get published. It's the secret tech. We just have to keep forwarding so we don't get this deck list published. This deck does have 2 Kayas. It is playing... Is it just playing no Moxen? That seems very wrong. Wait, is this like secretly Legacy? Did I click on a Legacy thing? I specifically Googled Vintage. Have I been bamboozled? It was Legacy. Fuck. Vintage Esper Good Stuff. Here we go. This is from 1 year ago. Kai was probably out by then. Nope. I got nothing. Chubby Rain 1 Twitter. That's the list. Alright. I just want verification that this deck exists so I can reasonably put it down in my spreadsheet. Chubby Rain 1. Here we go. No, my opponent played a Mox Ruby. And a Cavern of Souls, right? If I had 8 Spirit Guide, I would own this deck already. I should get up more of this train. Hey, if there's a Vintage event nearby, like if there's ever a Vintage event near you, and you own Legacy Death and Taxes, just fucking play this Dumpster Fire. Guess we're not even sure it's Esper, right? They only play like blue-white cards and Cavern of Souls. They cast like what? Cavern, Disenchant. Wait, hang on. Weren't they the one that like mentored me? No, that was different. They didn't like mentor me game 1, right? Didn't. I forget. I'm gonna record this as a win, and I'm just gonna put blue-white question mark. We won in 3, but I still don't know what they were playing. Alright. I've edited it to blue-white, no idea what they were on. We 2-0'd them. Alright, we have successfully 4-1'd our 3rd league with this fucking shit pile. I guess this is something like what I'm going to be playing next week at the Vintage event. Something along the lines of the 75. I don't know anything about Vintage, so we're just going to submit it and pray. Oh, do I own a Thorn of Amethyst? Fuck, I probably need to get that. Need to see if anyone owns a Thorn of Amethyst that I can borrow. Anyway, let's find someone to host, and we'll call it a day here. Oh no, internet. Are you dead? Nope. We're still streaming pretty good. Is MTG streams down? I hope not. Oh, there we go. Everyone's gonna be like, well, I'm gonna put this on my spreadsheet as mono white? Question mark? I'm embarrassed. Hey, now that's rude. White trash is a solid Vintage budget option. And if I Google MTG Vintage Death and Taxes, do I get a deck? Yeah, I get a deck. It's not like the Spirit Guide version. This one's full powered. Wow, this is old. 4 Lodestone Golems, 2016. Fuck it. Alright, I'm done playing this game. Anyway, let's go host. Ooh, Goblin Lackey streaming. Legacy Goblins. Legacy Gobos. I'd record this as Mono White Spirits. The deck is like White Eldrazi. It wasn't actually playing any of the Eldrazi. It was just like Death and Taxes with, I don't know, his old deck. Anyway, that is going to be it for our stream tonight. 8 guide plus null rod effects, solid vintage option. Hey, if it works, it works. And it worked pretty well today. So Silence on turn 1, pretty good card when the top decks of the format are Paradox Outcome and Workshops. Anyway, if you liked the stream today and you had fun watching some nonsense vintage, you can hit the follow button, subscribe or donate. Follows are totally free, help you know when I'm going live, all that good stuff. Subscriptions get you a sweet Thalia emote and Thraben themed subscription badge in the chat. And donations, I'd be more than happy to play a Death and Taxes list you wanted to see, whatever format, color splash. Just talk to me beforehand. We can get the details sorted out then. Other than that, you can subscribe to me on YouTube or follow me on Twitter. YouTube is where I post all my streams after they're done being live. So there's a bunch of modern and legacy mostly, but there's now 3 vintage videos. And Twitter's just when I post when I'm going live, as well as updates on my paper results as I go through tournaments. Anyway, my internet is slowly dying, and I'm losing frames as I speak, so we're going to hand it off to Goblin Lackey 1, who's streaming some Legacy Goblins, who would have thought. I do think Signabrawl is probably a pretty good option that I might just throw in with no testing as my Lightning Bolt answer. Anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. See you guys all next week. No stream tomorrow. I'm going to tweet that out. I'm going to visit my parents, so the stream's will resume again on Monday. Anyway, later.